In third place, we had the breakthrough filter system. Now, breakthrough do a lot of good marketing. They work very well to say that they're the first for many, many features. And I'm sure they are first for a couple of things. Some of these things are quite hard to verify. So it doesn't matter though, because the system is actually pretty competent. Let's start with the filter holder. Like the case system, the filter adapter is intrinsic with the polarizing holder. So, but in this case, the polarizer is deeper and also a little bit bigger, and so the adapter is substantially bigger as well. Whether that's a problem depends on how you like to store your adapters, or whether you like to keep them on the camera or not. So, with the adapter on, putting a polarizer in is very easy. You still need that nail to go behind the back, but there's a little bit more space with the breakthrough than there was with the case filter. Filter holder, it's got a spring clip on the back, and it has a little screw to tighten, to lock the filter adapter in place. So nice and easy to put on. Screw clamp holds it firmly. So let's have a look at the graduated filters. And the breakthrough filters are toughened glass again, and they were quite resistant to scratching. They were also the best filter in terms of rain shedding. When these got wet, the water beaded up, and if it formed a certain drop size, it dropped off. But generally, it kept the drop size quite small. And most importantly, when it was wiped, it left behind tiny, tiny drops of water that were hardly visible, and they evaporated very quickly. So if you're working in the rain a lot, or maybe next to the coast, these are rather fabulous. The holder is also one of the nicest smooth filter holders I've used. Now this is quite important, and you'll see this on some of the other holders. Some filter slots are quite sticky. So you start to push, and you have to put a lot of pressure on before it starts moving, and then it jumps. However, the way Breakthrough have made their filter grippers means it's very smooth. So I can put a small amount of pressure on, and it moves slowly. I put more pressure on, and it moves fast. Doesn't sound much, but when you're just doing things with one hand and you just want to move things quickly, it's better than having to brace against the edge of the filter. Not a big thing, but I quite like that. Once the filter holder's on, I can't take the polarizer off, obviously, but I can take it off and then remove that easily. Rotating the polarizer uses this knurled ring on the outside. I'm not a huge fan, I must admit. I have had to use a nail here because my finger isn't got enough grip, so I have to grip either side if I want to adjust it. When the filter holder is on, it's okay. I can find a place to rotate either side. We'll see how that performs when we've got the gloves on though. So without further ado, let's have a look. First on are the Mac Wet gloves. Okay, I can get a nail just behind there, so the polarizer comes on and off. Okay, I can rotate the polarizer, okay, and I can get a nail into that groove and do it with one hand here, or two hands. The filter holder goes on very nicely. I mean, that's a really positive catch. Some of the other systems could learn from that. I think that is probably the easiest catch for this type of system. We can lock it down. Grad insertion is easy. Now, one of the things I found was some filters made it easier to get the grad started than others. On some, the resistance started right at the very top of the filter slots. which meant you had to get it perfectly lined up to start pressing. The breakthrough here is one of the best because I can actually get it into the slot before I need to press. Also, I can see the slots very easily from behind the camera, so I can position it in the first or second easy enough, and then inserting, removing. So great with the small, thin Mac wet gloves. Everything works fine. Let's go for the tough test with the thick gloves. First of all, let's try getting that polarizer out. That's a no. I can't get a nail behind that because I have no nails. Rotating the polarizer when it's on. Yep, I can use one hand just about. I suspect the adapter is going to be easy, that's great. Putting the graduated filters in, all very good, and adjusting. And then rotating the polarizer again once it's in. It's not as easy as the wheel systems, but it's okay. However, there is no chance of me getting that polarizer off, so I've got to take my glove off to do that, or remove the adapter and push it out from behind. Overall though, a very competent system. Let's move on to the next one.